What's up guys, it's Cobalt here, and welcome back to another customizing time-lapse video. Today is pretty exciting because I know I'm making a character that I think a lot of people in my audience enjoy, and not only that, but I'm also recreating one of my older customs that I want to say I made back in 2019. So this custom in particular is a commission for somebody over on Etsy, and it is a custom of the character Husk from the show Hazbin Hotel. If you asked me like 6 years ago, I probably would have told you I was a fan of Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss, but if I'm going to be completely honest, neither of those things are for me anymore, but I do really still like the character design, so anytime I get to make a custom of one of said characters, I have a lot of fun doing it. Husk is a pretty dark gray color, which luckily didn't take me too long to paint on. Anytime I'm working with a darker color, the paint is often way more opaque, so it takes less layers and of course less time. If I'm using a white base coat, it takes me forever, and Husk does have quite a bit of white detailing on him, but the smaller details are much easier to paint than the entire Littlest Pet Shop. So this custom is made from a short hair cat. I'm using a fake base figure here, and as for sculpting, he has quite a bit of sculpting. I sculpted his little hat, his eyebrows that are like long feathers. I think that's probably my favorite part about the character and this custom. I also sculpted the tufts of fur on the tips of his ears and the furry cheeks that he has on the side of his head. He's also got some chest fluff that I sculpted, and then the feathers on his tail. I also sculpted the bow tie and the wings, although those were sculpted using a mold, so a little bit of a different process. All the sculpting was done with a type of clay called Kneadetite clay, or green stuff, which is my go-to clay, although in a lot of my customs I also use something else called epoxy sculpt. So once I had the actual base coat done, then I am going in with those white details that I mentioned earlier. My goal with this custom was to obviously make a good product for my commissioner, but also to improve upon the custom that I had made all those years ago. So I'd say my detail work is a lot cleaner, the paint job is a lot smoother. Details like the stripes are obviously straighter, and again, the edges of everything are a lot more cleaned up and refined in my opinion. I feel like the smaller details also look a lot better, and I wanted to make his eyes a little bit more detailed, even though once you see me paint them in the end, they are still on the simpler side, but this is a cartoon character that does have simple features, no matter how detailed the actual design itself is. So I think a lot of Husk's design is kind of inspired by like playing cards, so that's we have the black, white, and red, and then you get the little details like the hearts and the circles and the diamonds and things like that, and I think that's probably why I really like his design, because I just think that's super creative, and I do love adding in all of those super tiny details. You'll see me do this in the end, but he even has some details on the backs of his wings, which I think are really fun. And there's some like little orange hearts and stuff on the bottom of his wings that I like how they complement and match his eyes. I believe Husk's design has changed a little bit in the official show now that Hazbin Hotel is like a legitimate TV series on Amazon. I have only ever seen the pilot that came out so long ago on YouTube, so this is still inspired by Husk's design from that original pilot, but I think most of the characters did end up getting some tweaks to their design once the actual show was getting produced. So this is actually the only Hazbin Hotel character that I have made so far, the original version and then this new custom, which essentially are the exact same custom, just improved upon. But I have also made Blitz and Stolas from Hell of a Boss, and I sculpted a custom of Luna a long time ago. I just never finished painting her. Maybe I'll finish that someday. So if you guys are fans of this series and the characters, let me know if you would like to see me paint a custom like Luna on camera like I've done with this Husk custom. And of course, if you are interested in commissioning me for a character like this, or any character you can possibly think of, or one of your own OCs, I do have my commissions currently open over on my Etsy shop. My commissions are open pretty much all the time unless I'm out of town for longer than a week, so honestly just assume that my commissions are open, but if you're ever unsure, you can message me on Etsy or DM me on Instagram, and you're free to ask me questions anytime if you want to like work out pricing and things like that. I really do love making custom commissions, whether it's somebody's character or a character like this from a piece of media. It's a lot of fun, and I'm usually not recording myself painting them because that does make the custom honestly take twice as long as it would if I'm just working at it on my desk, but I am pretty happy with the new setup that I have finally for painting my commissions. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know that down below as well. I have some customs that are currently works in progress that I plan on creating time lapses for, and a bunch of footage from older customs that I'll be posting eventually as well. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the custom. You're gonna be seeing me add in those smaller details in the eyes as I was speaking of earlier, and then you guys will get to see the reveal. So I will leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy the final product.